Blackford.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I'm sure the whole House will want to join me in wishing Glasgow Rangers Football Club all the best in their final tonight in Seville. It's always a joy to see Scottish clubs get to the finals of European competition. Mr Speaker, people didn't need to see this morning's official statistics to know that we're experiencing the highest inflation in 40 years. They know it because they're living with it. Families can't afford food. They can't pay their bills. And we're only at the beginning. And as always under the Tories, the poorest are punished the most. For months, people have been crying out for support. But month after month, a distracted Downing Street has failed to lift a finger to help. Does the Prime Minister still support his Chancellor's insulting statement that acting now in this cost of living emergency would just be silly?
Shame. Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, I support the Chancellor's work in lifting the living wage by a record amount, Mr Speaker, by making sure people on universal credit pay £1,000 less in tax, by making sure that by putting another £22 billion into supporting people with the cost of living, 9.1 billion already to help people with the cost of energy, and above all, I support what he has done to deliver a strong economic foundation which makes all that possible, Mr Speaker.
My goodness, talk about an Aesop's fable. Every day this Prime Minister remains out of touch, people remain out of pocket. And by the way, Prime Minister, £20 a week was taken out of people's universal credit. You know, the Prime Minister has just confirmed he does think it would be silly to intervene, because the Tories' only response to this cost of living crisis has been insults and inaction. The Tory backbencher who thinks poor people just need cooking lessons. The Tory minister who thinks that people should just get a better paid job. And the Chancellor who thinks it would be silly to act now. This is the cost of living crisis from Westminster. For weeks, the Prime Minister has been briefing that it's the Treasury who are to blame for blocking financial support for struggling families. Well, Prime Minister, it's time to stop sniping from the sidelines. If this Chancellor won't deliver an emergency budget, it's time for the Prime Minister to sack the Treasury, to sack the Chancellor, and to put somebody else in office that will act.
Prime Minister.
Look, Mr Speaker, I think that the right honourable gentleman should understand that I want to get back to the crucial point. We've been through COVID. We're facing a spike in global energy prices, which has been greatly exacerbated by what Putin is doing in Ukraine. But to deal with it, of course, what we're doing is putting billions and billions already, 9.1 billion, into supporting people with the cost of energy. Cut fuel duty by record sums, Mr Speaker, helping elderly people in all sorts of ways, not least through local councils with another £1 billion. But of course, Mr Speaker, everybody in the country knows that we're not through this yet, and everybody can see that, and they all know that the government is going to do more. But they also know the only reason we can do that is because we have a strong economy with massively high employment, and that is the crucial thing. And it would not have been possible if we'd listened to the members opposite. Absolutely.
Dr. Luke Evans.